Star Wars Outlaws. This is heavy. You ready for what I'm about to say?
Yeah, because I don't think I read this one.
Each planet is the size of an Assassin's Creed map.
Holy balls. Okay, well, are we talking like Odyssey Assassin's Creed?
That's the
Are
kicker.
we talking about like Brotherhood Assassin's Creed?
Even then, even if it's Brotherhood, each planet, that's huge. If each planet is the size of, let's say, AC3, that's very big, Tim. And I think we got a taste of that in the preview because we were saying when we were watching the preview and she was on the speeder, oh, well, there's a path that divides and goes the other way. And then we went from the installation to the major city. So my guess is there's probably a few cities on each planet, one major hub that you go to. That's probably where your ship is docked. But then there's probably settlements and outposts and things like that to get from point A to point B on a planet. How long is it going to take? That'll be the true determination of how big a map actually is. Like, what's the walking distance? What's the speeder distance? Because also you have to keep in mind scale, because even though some of the Assassin's Creed maps were considered huge, they shrunk the scale. And leading to that, Garrity also told Edge Magazine that all the planets in Outlaws are crafted and not built using procedural generation, which is the opposite of how Bethesda is tackling hundreds of worlds in Starfield.
Well, yeah, because all of the curated worlds were made by hand. You have X number of curated worlds, and then you'll have the rest will be procedurally generated. But like that works for a game like Starfield. It wouldn't work for a game like Star Wars because all of those planets are cataloged. Yes. You can go to all the planets unless we end up getting one that's introduced in Mando or in a comic book or in literature. But all the ones that are out that we know that were available to us in episode 5, they should be there. They should all be there. And so like that's the other thing too, is like what is our limitation as far as going to the planets that we know of? You know, like how many of them are going to be explorable? Like can I go to Chandrila? Can I go to Bespin? You know, can I go to the forest moon of Endor? You know, like these are all these questions that I have. Like because that's something that I would love to do. I would love to go and visit all these planets that either, you know, you've always wanted to go to, or maybe only saw like for a couple frames. Like I would love to go to Mustafar just for shits and giggles. You know, even if like, you know, you show up there, and there's an Imperial blockade. Like, that would still be really sick to me. So that's my biggest question is what is our limitation?
It'll start with 4 or 5 planets. That's my guess.
You think it's going to be a live service update? You think they're going to try to keep Outlaws alive for a while? Like
I don't think they're going to
division this thing.
I think like a DLC will, because they said they have DLC already planned. So I think a DLC will introduce a new planet and new activities.
Massive is really good at longevity. Like look how long Division's been out. Division 2 has been out and has been consistently updated with new stuff to do.
Yeah, I was playing it last week.
You know, like they're really good at the live service game. So I wonder how they're going to handle that. You know, are they going to charge us for all of these new planets? Is that going to be just a part of the update? Like I'm very curious to see like what their live service model looks like.
Given the game, the only way it completely works as a live service, and again, live service is a relative term here. It's one thing to be a live service game versus, you know, a game that is always online or just has updates. There's very different things.
It is. I don't know what to call that though, but I mean, it's still a live, and they're servicing that live game.
But I will say that the only way this works in this scenario, in my opinion, is a Red Dead style.
Yeah.
Live service, GTA Online, like that sort of thing.